Here at Tennis Music Institute, we've come up with a curriculum, a kind of teaching table for piano beginners that will help you go from being a beginner to at least an intermediate. You understand? You can check it out in our community page. So over the next few months, we're going over each and every one of those topics. All right. So we already have some lessons, some videos talking about the introduction to the keyboard and everything. You can go check them out there. But in this lesson, we're going to be talking about the chromatic and the diatonic scale. So let's get right into it. Now let's talk first about the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale is considered, or I call it, the mother scale in music. It is the mother scale in music. It's the chromatic scale that gives birth to all other scales, as many as they are. There are thousands of scales, probably millions, probably, but the chromatic scale gives birth to all of them. You understand? And how is this possible? Why is this possible? To give you a better understanding of the chromatic scale, let's think of the 26 English alphabets. Now there are 26 alphabets in English, and we have so many words, right? We have so many sentences, there are so many words you can form from just these 26 alphabets, 26 letters. You understand? So these letters give birth to as many words as we have today, millions of words that you can form from just 26. The same way, that's exactly how the chromatic scale is. So the chromatic scale is the mother scale in music that gives birth to all other scales. So now, what is the chromatic scale in that case? It is the scale that contains all 12 music notes, right? All 12. So if this is the chromatic scale in the simplest form, alright, so what I just played the whole, not omitting any key from the keyboard, played from C down to C. Or let's just stop at B. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Understand? So all 12 keys. The chromatic scale is a scale that contains all 12 keys. So why are we learning about the chromatic scale? It's just like before you learn how to form words, before you learn how to, maybe if you are learning a language for the first time, the first thing you would probably learn is the alphabets. You get to know all the alphabets before you begin to know how to join them to form. Exactly, and that's exactly how the chromatic scale is. That's why we are learning it. You need to learn and know about the chromatic scale before you're able to form sentences, music sentences. You understand? So basically, this is how you play the chromatic scale. There's a correct fingering for it. So we use three. It's 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 of our fingers. So on our left hand, using those fingerings, we play it like this: 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2. So let me break it down. It's simple. Basically, when you have just a white key and a black key, you use 1 and 3. 1, 3, 1, 3. Where you have two white keys, you understand, you have to, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. So then your left hand will go 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. No. So that's the chromatic scale. It's very, very important, and I've explained the importance. So you want to learn it with the correct fingering that I've shown you in this video already. Yeah, so let's talk about the diatonic scale. Now, the diatonic scale is not one scale. It's actually more like a group of scales. Like there are these group of scales that are called diatonic scales. Or what qualifies them as diatonic scales? Now, a diatonic scale is a scale that's made up of tones and semitones. More precisely, 5 tones and 2 semitones. Yeah. So a diatonic scale is a scale that is made up of 5 tones and 2 semitones. And if you don't know what a tone or a semitone is, a tone is an interval of 2 notes, and a semitone is an interval of 1 note. So that just means if I were to go from C and move a tone, I would go interval of 2 notes. So that would be 1, 2. So from C to D is a tone because it's an interval of 1, 2 notes. You understand? Then the semitone is just an interval of 1 note. So from C to C sharp is a semitone. You understand? So now a diatonic scale is a scale that's made up of 5 semitones and 2 tones in its intervals. You understand? So now there's something called the 7 diatonic modes. It means that there are 7 scales that fall under this diatonic definition. 5 tones and 2 semitones. But for this ground level, we're going to be talking just about, or we're going to be grouping them into two. We have the major scale and the minor scale. You understand? But just have it in mind that there's something called the 7 diatonic modes. So further in your music journey, you want to learn about modes and all. But let's keep it simple for now. So we have the major scale and the minor scale. So now these two scales are called diatonic scales. The major scale is a diatonic scale. The minor scale is a diatonic scale. Why? Because they both have intervals of 5 semitones. So 5 tones and 2 semitones. Alright, so now let's look at them just a bit to understand how they are diatonic scales. So now this is the major scale on the key of C. Alright, so let's start from our first note. The distance or the interval between our first note and the second note is a tone, right? Because it's an interval of 2 notes. So we have 1 tone, 2 tones. Now this is a semitone because it's just an interval of 1 note. So we have 2 tones, 1 semitones. This is the 3rd tone, 4th tone, 5th tone, and another semitone. So we have the major scale has 5 tones and 2 semitones in this order: tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Now this is called the tones and semitones formula for getting the major scale. We'll talk about this more in our next class. We're going in depth about the major scale, so don't worry about it. Just try and understand. I'm explaining the concept of diatonic scale. You understand? So now let's look at the C minor scale. This is the C minor scale. Alright, so now let's look at the formula of this one. We have a tone, a semitone, then we have a tone, that's 2 tones and 1 semitone. Now we have another tone, that's 3 tones, we have a semitone. Alright, that's 3 tones, 2 semitones. We have a tone, that's 4 tones, we have a tone, 5 tones. So we have 5 tones and 2 semitones. Like I said, if you don't understand this, don't worry about it. We'll be talking, going in depth about in it in our next lesson. So this is just for you to understand. So when I say diatonic scale is a scale that is made up of 5 tones and 2 semitones, and I've explained that those are intervals. You understand? So that's pretty much it about the diatonic scale. We're just going to be learning about 2 of them, or grouping everything into 2 for now: the major scale and the minor scale. So that's basically all for now about the chromatic scale and the diatonic scale. Thanks for following. Thanks for watching. I'll see you now. Let's listen. God bless you.